I'm Austin McNorton, and this is the Cardinal Mashup. Took a week off last week, got a lot to catch you up on. Let's jump right on into it.
Cardinal Catch-Up.
The soccer team took on DeSoto October 5th, and they lost to the Wildcats by a score of 7-1. A couple days later on the 8th, they traveled down to Baldwin and lost to the Bulldogs by a score of 5-2. Last week, the team faced Immaculata on Tuesday night, and they won with a hat trick from Philip Pyle to win 3-0. Rounding out the week, they played Lewisburg, and it ended in a 1-1 tie, overall putting the Cardinals' record at 2-10-2. This week, the team travels to take on Sumner and Perry. Volleyball on October 6th swept the Baldwin Bulldogs for the Cardinals' first home game of the season in what was an ecstatic pinkout. Following up the sweep at home, the team placed 5th in the DeSoto tournament on the October 10th weekend. Last week, the Cardinals lost 3 sets to the Lewisburg Wildcats, and on Thursday night, the team hosted a triangular and came out with a victory there. That overall put the Cardinals' record at 24-11. Tomorrow night, they take on the Paola Panthers here in Eudora for senior night, and then on Saturday, Sub-State starts in Wamego with Wamego, Atchison, and Tonganoxie. Cross country ran at Lake Lenexa on the 10th. For the girls' team, they finished 3rd, running behind Caitlin Ormsby, who came in 9th. The boys' team ran behind Jack Gershman, coming in 8th, and overall finished 4th. Last Thursday, the team competed in the Frontier League meet in Lewisburg. The girls' team finished 3rd, running behind Ashley Hicks with a 10th place finish and Sydney Coleman's 13th place finish. Both of those girls made the second team All-Frontier League team. For the boys' team, they finished 4th, running behind Jack Gertzman in 11th place and Jace McQueen finishing 12th place. Both of them also made the Frontier League second team. This Saturday, the team travels to Baldwin for the cross-country regionals. The team has to finish top 3 to be state-bound, and individuals placing top 10 and able to go to state. All right, now it's time to jump into the Cardinal
Sports feature.
This week we are featuring the Eudora Cardinals football team. On October 9th, they took on the Spring Hill Broncos on homecoming night. They were able to beat the Broncos by a score of 59-22. Last Friday night was senior night here in Eudora. The Cardinals took on the Ottawa Cyclones and won in a blowout 46-8. This was a very important game due to the fact that it started district play for the Eudora Cardinals. The team is in 4A Division I District 3 with Ottawa, DeSoto, and Baldwin. So overall, these next 2 road games for the Cardinals will be very important. Next week, they will take on the DeSoto Wildcats, who beat the Baldwin Bulldogs by a score of 29-16. Talking more about district play for some of you who may not understand fully, you have to get second in your district, so essentially that means winning 2 out of your last 3 games of the year. And so overall, I think this Eudora Cardinals team can do that. They are rolling right now with a 4-game win streak and a record of 4-3. So overall, this team has come under what Coach Phil Katzenmeyer has been pressing and pushing on them, and they have lived up to the fullest right now. And overall, this is one team to watch out for, and I say they will be a serious threat headed into the postseason. I'm joined now by senior quarterback Grant Elston with me on the show. Team. Grant, how's it going?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing all right. So, overall, how has the season been this year?
Started out a little rough. We went 0-3, or we started 0-3, but, we played 3 really good teams. And we've only gone uphill from there. Knock on wood.
So, how has Coach Katz been this season, coming in first head coach?
He's been great. He's had great attitude every week. We come in and we know what we're going to get done, and he makes it clear what we're going to get done, and we do that. So he's been awesome.
So, as district play started last week, you guys pretty much murdered Ottawa. What was your game plan headed into that game?
Just like it is every other game. We do us. And we get ready for what they're going to run, and we just go from there.
So is that the same going for you're facing DeSoto next week? 2 road games to end the year. How is that going to go for you?
It shouldn't change a whole lot. Obviously it's a lot more fun playing at home because you got more people there, but our fans travel well, and they're both right down the road, so it shouldn't matter much.
So overall, looking into the rest of the season and potentially the postseason, what's a goal you would say you have for your team?
I think, first we got to win our districts. I mean, I think that'd be awesome. We haven't won our district since 2012. And I think it'd be sweet to win our district and then get that first playoff game at home. And then I think we can go from there. I think we can get to sub-state this year.
All right, well, you guys have had a great season, and I hope you guys do well heading into the postseason. Thank you for joining me with me here today.
Thank you.
And now it's time to move into this week's
Questionable Call.
For this week, I'm just going to talk a little postseason baseball with you for our hometown league, Kansas City Royals, who are rolling right now. First, they played the Houston Astros and won in a 5-game series against them. They came back in Game 4 and won after being down 4 runs. One of the most incredible comebacks they've had historically. And currently they are in the ALCS against the Toronto Blue Jays. Currently they are up 2 games in the series. It's a best-of-7 series. So we'll see how they do there. Tonight they travel down to Toronto to take them on. Johnny Cueto is pitching for the Royals. I'm liking the way he's playing so far, and we'll see how he continues this little run that he's on and performing. On the other side of the bracket in the National League, you have the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. Who would have guessed it? I mean, these are 2 teams coming off last season that honestly weren't even talked about with the way that they were performing. This year, they both have a lot of young talent, and they are rising to the occasion. The Mets are currently up on the Cubs with a 2-0 lead, again in a best-of-7 series. So overall, if I were to make my prediction right now, I still wouldn't count out the Cubs in that series. Once they travel back to Chicago tomorrow night, they're going to be in front of their home crowd. It's going to be a very intense atmosphere. They are one team that every one of them can hit a home run. I mean, honestly, there isn't one person on that lineup that can't hit a home run. So I wouldn't count them out. Even though they're down 2-0 right now, I wouldn't count them out, and it wouldn't surprise me if they were in the World Series. Now for the American League, overall, I think Toronto is going to be tough at home. I think they might get 1 game there, but I still think Kansas City is going to do it. I think they're going to win that series 4-1, and then we'll see how it goes there in the World Series. So that's it for this week on the Cardinal Mashup. I'm Austin McNorton, and as always, go Cardinals.